أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحه وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Right. Now today we will continue from the book, and let me just get it onto the screen. Astaghfirullah. Ya Allah. So we are on page number
42, I think.
so we're going to start
lesson page 42, lesson 5, is it?
Yep.
Thank you, Asad.
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Can you see the screen as well?
Not
No,
yet.
we can't see the screen. No.
You can't see the screen, okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Right, okay. Now, lesson number 5.
I've seen it, Alhamdulillah.
Sorry, doctor?
Yeah, I've just seen it, Asad.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Now, before I start the lesson itself, this lesson is really easy because we've done this concept before. So I've taught this lesson in our previous lesson. So there's nothing new in this apart from just revision itself. I'm going to ask, who shall I ask? MashaAllah, that's good. So let's bring Sister Sadiqa Jafar on the mic. Sister Sadiqa Jafar, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, you okay?
Alhamdulillah, very well. So let's read the points to remember, and then inshallah we'll start the lesson. Bismillah.
In this lesson, we learn the following. The file, the subject of the verb sentence. We've already learned that in Arabic, there are two types of sentence, nominal and verbal. The nominal sentence commences with a noun, and a verbal sentence commences with a verb. The subject of the verbal sentence is called fa'il. Example, Bilalun, Zahaba Bilalun, Bilal went. The file is marfu. The file can be a pronoun also. Example, Zahabu, they went. The
Correct.
file is the waw.
Correct.
Zahabta, you went. The file is the ta. And
Mhm.
Zahabna, we went. The file is the na.
Excellent. The handout which I sent in the group last week, it's pretty much the same thing which we've spoken already, that all the past tense, there are suffixes which are added at the end, which like ta tomatum, ti tomatunna, these are the actual pronouns attached to the verb which demonstrate who's performing the action, so the fa'il. So a verb can either have a attached pronoun as a fa'il or either a noun which is coming after the verb itself. And then the next part it's going to mention is that you can have, if it's a noun, like the word tullabun, the word tullabun is plural. So whenever a plural noun comes after the verb, you can have the singular verb. So over here, dhahaba at-tullabu. So dhahaba at-tullabu, because the fa'il is situated after the verb, you can have the singular verb and the plural fa'il. However, if at-tullabu came in the beginning of the sentence,
Mhm.
then in lesson book 2, we spoke about this as well. Because at-tullab, is it singular? No, it's plural, correct?
It's plural. It's
Yeah.
plural.
Yeah, so because it's plural and it's a noun, so it becomes subject, correct? So whenever a noun starts a sentence, it becomes a subject. And the
Yeah.
khabar will be a verbal sentence now.
Yeah.
So a khabar can be either one noun or a verbal sentence. So because of a verbal sentence coming as a khabar,
Mhm.
the mubtada and the khabar always corresponds in the number. Now, because at-tullab is plural, the khabar has to come in the plural format. So it cannot be dhahaba, it has to be dhahabu. Ahsant, dhahabu. So that is the ruling. So now if you can continue, and that is pretty much everything we're going to learn today. Bismillah.
Okay. Note that in Zahaba Tullabu, the students went, the verb Zahaba has no wow at the end because Zahabu means they went. And if we say Zahabu Tullabu, it means they, the students, went. That is
Correct.
not correct because there cannot be two files for the verb.
Verb.
But we can say at-tullabu zahabu here. At-tullabu is mubtada and the sentence zahabu, they went, is khabar.
Is this clear, Sister Siddiqa, for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sister Butul Manji, Dr. Mustafa, Sister Sharabano, Sister Zinat.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Brilliant. Alhamdulillah. So
Before I didn't understand, now it does make sense.
yes.
Now, yeah.
So what happens with Arabic language? It's like I just forgot the bird. The bird who eats the wood. What's it called?
Woodpecker.
Woodpecker. Thank you.
Mhm.
Teaching Arabic language for an Arabic teacher, he has to be like a woodpecker. Is always telling the students, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to repeat 1,000 times because it gradually will sink in itself. Because normally we only practice Arabic in the Arabic class. There's very few of us who will practice Arabic or revise Arabic thoroughly daily. Of course, some students are doing it like yourselves, but it's just repetition. And Arabic language is a lot of communication and a lot of verbal repetition needs to be done. And that really allows you to memorize and understand the concepts. And the other point I need to mention as well is that you will see that when we start book 4, many of the concepts of book 4, I'll send you book 4 in the group as well. You can have a look. Many of the things which are in book 4, I have already covered. I think this is probably the 10th lesson we've done already on book 4. Sorry, book 3. I think 10th lesson or 12th lesson already. Why? Because I was trying to give you additional information. Get yourself prepared for book 4. So when you will see book 4, you will say, "Wow, I've done this already. I do understand these concepts now." So inshallah, that is the reason why it's taking longer than expected for book 3 to be completed. I'm just trying to develop, give you a better understanding and a broader understanding. Bismillah.
The same also applies to the third person feminine. Example, al-banatu zahabna, or the girls went, or zahabat al-banatu.
Correct.
Learn this rule. Nominal sentence, at-tulabu zahabu, zahaba at-tulabu. So if zahaba comes first, there's no wow in there.
Correct.
At-talibatu zahabna, zahabat at-talibatu.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So this is a generic ruling. Whenever, so there's two things. You can write this down as a point to remember. With regards to a mubtada, the mubtada and the khabar will always correspond in the number and the gender. Number and the gender, the mubtada and khabar always corresponds. For example, if I say Zaid is a scholar, would I say Zaidun alimun or Zaidun alimatun?
Zaidun is a man, so it's alimun.
Correct. That's correct. And if I want to say Fatima is a teacher, would I say Fatimatu mudarrisatun or mudarrisun?
Mudarrisatun.
Correct. So this is a general general concept between mubtada and khabar. They correspond with each other. They do not correspond in the alif lam. So if you look, so it can be ar-rajulu waqifun. Ar-rajulu waqifun. What does that mean?
He knows.
Ar-rajulu. The man is.
Is standing.
Standing.
Yeah, the man is standing.
Right.
So ar-rajulu waqifun, you will see ar-rajulu is coming with alif lam. This is a normal ruling that if there's a noun, it will come, is allowed to come with alif lam. The khabar always comes indefinite. It comes without alif lam. Because if it came with alif lam, the khabar as well, then it's not the khabar, it becomes a sifa for the mubtada.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's.
Once again, sir, please.
Yep, I'll give you an example.
If it is,
If the khabar comes with alif lam, then it will not be treated as a khabar, but it will be a adjective for the mubtada. I'll give you an example. Al-kitabu jamilun. Al-kitabu jamilun. The book is
beautiful.
beautiful. But if I add al-jamilu on the word jamilun, add the definite article, al-jamilu is no longer the khabar. However, it becomes the adjective for the book. The translation will be the beautiful book. And it becomes a incomplete sentence. It requires then a khabar to precede it. So if I say al-kitabu al-jamilu al-maktabi. Al-maktabi, the beautiful book is on the
Table.
desk, on the table,
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
So al-maktabi is the khabar and al-jamilu is coming as an adjective for al-kitab.
So what we were saying to start with is mubtada and khabar, they
Yes.
always correspond.
Yes,
to
they,
each other.
they correspond each other in the gender and number.
This is, we are talking about the nominative sentences.
Correct, correct.
The second we were saying, if first mubtada is definite, it will
Yep.
come with al, and the khabar will be
Indefinite. Correct,
two concepts.
correct, correct. There are two concepts. One concept is the mubtada comes definite and the khabar comes indefinite. That's one concept. And the other concept is that the mubtada and the khabar always correspond each
To each
other
other.
in the number and gender.
And
Because with regards to sifa mawsuf, the sifa, or the adjective, always follows the noun which has been described in how many things? Do you remember them, anyone?
Please repeat your question.
Or gender,
How many things does the adjective follow the noun which has been described?
In 4 things.
What are they?
Indefinite, whether it's definite or indefinite, in
Correct.
the gender, in the number, and the
And
fourth
i'rab.
one is i'rab,
I'rab,
yes.
yeah.
Marfu, or yes.
So the first one was being with alif lam or
Mhm.
being without alif lam. The second was gender, whether it's masculine or feminine. The third one is number, whether it's singular, dual, or plural. And the fourth one was whether it is raf, nasb, or jar.
jar.
So
Yes.
these are the things which the sifa and mawsuf correspond with each other, whereas the mubtada and khabar, they only correspond with each other in two things: number and gender. Is this clear, Sister Umana?
Yeah, correct.
Brilliant. Sister Sadiqa, Bismillah, continue.
The marfu bihi, the object, the marfu bihi is mansub. Example, Fataha al-waladu al-baba. The boy opened the door. Here, al-baba is the marfu bihi, so it is mansub. Here are some examples. I saw Hamid. Ra'aytu Hamidan.
Explain to me here, Sister Sadiqa, what does this mean, maf'ul mansub?
Means it is a fata or a fata tanween.
Excellent. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's the object.
Who
do you see? I saw Hamid. So Hamid is the object for the
verb.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the verb of the what you did, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Then Sa'alat al-mudiratu.
Zainaba.
Yep.
The headmistress asked Zainab. Sharibar Rajulu al-ma'a. The man drank water. Sa'ala waladu ummahu.
Correct.
The boy asked his mother.
Excellent.
Shall I carry on?
Yeah, if you finish this paragraph off, then I'll bring someone else on the mic.
Okay. Note that in the first example, the marfu bihi is umma.
Not marfu, maf'ul bihi.
Maf'ul bihi, it
Yep.
is umma. And so it takes the ending, a ending, and the pronoun who is not part of the ummahu. Here are some of the examples of this kind. Ra'aytu baitaka. I saw your house. Baita and then ka. Fataha talibu kitaba. I don't understand this one.
So what it's trying to say, note that the last example, maf'ul bihi, is and it takes a r, and the pronoun who is not part of ummahu. Here are some examples. What it's trying to say to yourself is that mudaf and mudaf ilay can come as a maf'ul bihi. So whenever you have a noun and a pronoun, it's his mother. So this is called possessive pronoun. When you say his mother, our mother, your mother, this is a possessive pronoun. Who the mother belongs to is his mother. So it means that whenever originally it was ummuhu, his mother, but because it's coming as an object for the boy asking his mother, that's the reason why the word is getting a fatha. Who is still with a dhamma, but it's an indeclinable noun. It always remains with a dhamma. So, for example, ra'aytu baytaka. So, bayt and ka are two words. Bayt is one word, ka is another word, and it's also mudaf and mudaf ilay. Originally, it should have been baytuka, but because it's situated after the verb as an object, the baytuka changes to baytaka.
It's a fatah.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
And then fataha.
Fatahat talibu kitabaha.
Kitabahu.
Kitabahu. The student opened his book. The maf'ul bihi can be pronounced example. Pronoun can be a pronoun example. Ra'aytu bilalan wasa'al tuhu. I saw Bilal and asked him.
Correct. So I saw Ra'aytu Bilalan, I saw Bilal
and asked him.
Wa sa'altuhu, and I asked him. So here now, what is happening is that in the previous example, kitabuhu, it was a noun and a pronoun.
Pronoun.
Yeah, it was a phrase together. Mudaf,
Mm.
mudaf ilayh. Now over here, what we're having here now is a pronoun by itself, which is coming in the place of a object.
Mhm.
Ra'aytu Bilal, I saw Bilal. Wa and sa'altuhu, I asked him.
Him.
So as you know from before, that you can have pronouns attached to the verb, and it can come in the place of a maf'ul. Who did you ask? I asked him.
Him.
Him is referring
Bilal.
back to Bilal.
Bilal.
Excellent. Brilliant. Can I ask Mukarrama Walji? Jazakallah, any question from you?
Sheikh, what did you say? Even Muzaf and Muzaf ilayh can come as object
Yes.
in the
Maful
previous one?
bihi.
Maf'ul bihi, correct.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Or a pronoun by itself, who itself.
Yeah.
Sa'altuhu is also in Arabic, we will call this an attached accusative pronoun. This is we call it dhamir mansub, and because it is attached to the verb, it will be called dhamir mansub muttasil. Dhamir mansub muttasil, the attached accusative pronoun.
Again, what is it?
In English, take this one in Batula Awanji and take it in English. It's called the attached accusative pronoun. Attached accusative pronoun, because it's coming in the place of maf'ul bihi. Because
So
it's, yes,
Is this the whole word, or is just who we are talking about, right?
only the who itself, only the who.
Only the who is.
No other pronouns.
No, all the 14 pronouns.
All the pronouns, yeah.
All the 14 pronouns, yeah. It's not sa'altuhu together, it's just the word who, which is attached to the verb sa'altu.
Mhm.
Okay, sister Rama, go ahead, number 3. The noon of the tanween.
Did you ask me? I don't know.
No, MW Mukarrama Walji.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The noon of the tanween is followed by a kasra if the next word commences with hamzatul wasl. Shariba Hamid al-ma'a. Shariba Hamidun nil-ma'a. So here, if the kasra is not added, it is difficult to pronounce the letter combination NL. This is called Attika'us Sakinain, combination of two vowel-less letters. Whenever such a combination occurs, it is removed by inserting a kasra between them. Here are some more examples. Sa'ala Bilalun ibnahu. Sa'ala Bilalun ibnahu. Bilal asked his son. Sami'a Faisalun al-azana. Sami'a Faisalun nil adana. Faisal heard the azan.
So that's the noon. You will see in the Quran as well. Sometimes you see a small little noon. So that's what it is. So this is just talking about noon tanween, and letter after that it comes with a kasra, then a small little noon is added to be able to continue to read. Right. Number 4, Sister Mukarrama.
We have learned earlier that most Arabic words have only 3 letters, which are called radicals. The first letter is called the first radical, the second is called the second radical, and the third is called the third radical. Kataba. Kaf is the first, te is the second, and ba is the third.
Correct.
Notice that in the mad, the first and third radicals have fatha. The second radical may have fatha, kasra, or dhamma.
We've done this before.
Dhahaba, dakhala, kharaja, shariba, fahima, kabura.
Excellent. Right, can I request next someone to read the vocabulary? I will ask Sister Zinat, as you've been quiet a bit. You need to unmute yourself. Sister Zinat, are you there?
Okay. Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Vocabulary.
Okay. Notice that in the mud,
No,
the first,
the vocabulary.
only the vocabulary,
Yes,
only
please.
the vocabulary. Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Inabung, grapes, mauzun, banana.
No, it should be a banana. They wrote banana.
It's banana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
Mauzun, banana. Tinun, fig. Fajrun, dawn.
Yep.
Jawabun, answer. Su'alun, question. Hayatun, snake. Baqalun, grocer. Asan, stick. Fahwatun, coffee. Dukkanun, shop. Dakakinu is the plural.
Mhm.
Saburatun is the writing board. Kasara, he broke. Samia, he heard. Fahima, he understood. Shariba, he drank. Hafiza, he memorized. Zaraba, he beat. Dakhala, he entered. Akala, he ate. Ghasala, he washed. Qatala, he killed. Khubzun, bread. Jayidan, well.
Excellent. So this is all the vocabulary, and majority of the vocabulary we should be familiar with. So we've done this vocabulary before. Right. Let me go through the lesson now. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I'm going to read the lesson and then I'll bring some two students on the mic. Ad-Darsul Khamisu, the fifth lesson. Al-Mudarrisu, man fataha bab al-fasli, who opened the classroom door. Ana fatahtuhu, I opened it. Now I have a question straight away. And the person who's going to answer this question is Sister Sharabano. She asks us a lot of questions in the class.
Okay, Sheikh, I'll try.
Okay, over here now. Man fataha bab al-fasli.
Mhm.
So why is it bab al-fasli? Why are the word bab coming mansub? And what type of relationship bab al-fasli have with each other? The word bab and al-fasl.
Yeah, okay. So Baba is the maf'ulun bihi here. That's
Excellent.
why it's coming with the fatha.
Excellent.
And together, Bab al-Fasli, it's mudaf ilay.
Mudaf ilay. And in fataha, who is the fa'il?
It's mustatir.
Mustatir, huwa dhamir, referring back to man.
Yes.
Because man is the noun, which is starting the sentence, and the verb is situated after the noun. So this is dhamir in huwa, which is the fa'il, correct. Ana fatahtuhu. Now, whenever in the Arabic language, the pronoun is attached, and after the verb, there's a pronoun attached, that pronoun is called dhamir mansub muttasil. So, ana fatahtuhu, I opened it. What is this pronoun it referring back to?
The door.
Excellent.
The window. Yeah, the door. Sorry, the door.
So in the Arabic language, quite often they will use a pronouns referring back to nouns itself. Right. Thank
But
you.
it's called Zamir.
Dhamir.
What?
Give us 1 second. Let me write in the group. Give me 1 second. 1 second. It's called a dhamir mansub ضمير منصوب متصل.
That is possessive now.
No, it's called a attached accusative pronoun because it's coming as an object. That's the reason why, as you know, all pronouns are in the state of mansub, and this pronoun is in the state of mansub, and that's the reason why it's called dhamir mansub muttasil.
Sheikh, can I quickly ask something if it's
Yes,
okay?
go ahead.
So in the answer, ana fatahtuhu
Yep.
is ana the mubtada and then the rest of it is coming as a verbal sentence. Is that
Yeah, it's coming as a verbal sentence as a khabar as well.
the khabar? Okay,
Right.
okay, thank you.
Next person, which has been Zoom user. I'm not too sure who's a Zoom user. Apologies. Who is Zoom user? Do you want to come on the mic? Someone with the ID Zoom user. I don't want to be. Do you want to come on the mic? Zoom. Okay, that's fine. They want to remain quiet. That's fine. Okay, let's choose next student on the mic, Dr. Mustafa. So, وَمَنْ فَتَحَ النَّوَافِذَ أَنَا فَتَحْتُهَا. Who opened the windows? أَنَا فَتَحْتُهَا. I opened it. Now, doctor, explain here the position of an-nawafidha in the sentence.
Anna is a file.
No, an-nawafidha. In this example, وَمَنْ فَتَحَ النَّوَافِذَ. End with a fatah. Who opened the windows?
Who is a subject?
Yep.
And the object is the window.
An-nawafidha, correct. And over here, ana fatahtuha. Where is this ha referring back to? I opened it.
Window.
Are the windows feminine?
Feminine, yes.
Why?
Because the windows always called labeled as feminine, aren't they?
Why? There's a reason why. In book 2, we spoke about all plurals of non-human beings are treated as singular feminine. All plurals of non-human beings, irrational nouns, are treated as singular feminine, despite them being plurals.
Now I remember it. Thank you.
Yeah. So ana fatahtuha. So I opened it.
Yes.
Correct. Jazakallah, doctor. Next person on the mic, Sister Shabnam Walji.
Alaikum Shaykh.
Alaikum assalam. Okay, so next sentence, al-mudarris man kasara hadha al-maktaba a'anta kasartahu ya Hashimu? Who broke this table, this desk? Did you break it, O Hashim? La innani ma kasartuhu. No, surely I did not break it. I want you to explain here in man kasara hadha al-maktaba, who is the fa'il, what is the maf'ul, and and also la inni ma kasartuhu. Where is this kasartuhu pronoun referring back to?
Okay, so man kasara hadha, who broke this desk? So the desk here has to be the maf'ul bihi because it's got the fatha on the end of it. Anta kasartahu, did you break? Sorry, yeah, that's a question. Did you break it? So the who here is referring back to the maktab.
Correct.
And then you asked me another question. Ma kasartuhu. Again, the who here is referring back to the maktab.
Excellent, excellent. And here, the ma which is coming in the past. So those of you have attended today's class, there is a ma. So far we have done all positive sentence in the past tense. Daraba, kataba, alima, dhahaba. But we also have ma. Whenever ma comes before the past tense verb, it gives the meaning of negation. La inni ma kasartuhu means I did not break it. So ma, when it comes with the past tense, it gives the meaning of negativity. Negative. So ma kasartu, I did not break it. Is that okay with everyone? So, for example, if I say to Butul Manji, hal dhahabti ila al-masjidi? Did you go to the masjid? La ma
dhahabtu.
dhahabtuhu.
Yeah.
I did not go to
Masjid.
al-masjid. Excellent.
Maulana, can I just ask you a
Yes.
question? So in this, the file will become the who again?
No. Ma
What do you
kasartu. Good question. Here, the fa'il is ana. Kasartu. I broke. What do you break? It. So ana, I am the fa'il.
Oh, okay. So it's not the who now.
So who is coming as a it, referring to that I did not break it, referring back to the desk itself.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, now I get it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Sheikh, one more question. Sorry. In man kasara hadal maktaba,
Yeah.
can we also say haza is maf'ul bihi or no?
So let me explain. I was waiting someone to pick this point up, which you have. I do appreciate what you have done. Now, the word hadha, I've done this before and I'll explain it again. Hadha is one of not indeclinable nouns, meaning that it always comes hadha. However, if after, I mentioned this before, if after hadha or hadhihi and dhalika, the noun is coming definite, the harakat, whatever position hadha is, the same harakat will be transferred to al-maktab. So hadha al-maktab together is a phrase and it's the maf'ul bihi. Not only hadha al-maktaba together itself is the maf'ul bihi.
Okay.
Okay, so this, so hadha al-maktaba means this desk. So when, and there will be no is between this and the desk itself. It will be this desk. We will not translate it as this is the desk, but we'll translate it this desk.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, thank you.
Right. Sister Butul Manji.
Yes.
I'm going to read the next question and then I'm going to ask you a question. Araja'a Zakaria wa Hamzatu wa Uthmanu min Makkata? La ma raja'u. No, they did not return. Now here, in this example, Sister Butul Manji, you are having three fa'ils. You're having Raja'a, a singular verb, Zakaria, Hamza, and Uthman. There are three names, and they are the fa'il of the verb Raja'a.
Yeah.
So, and min Makkata is Jar and Majroor. And La ma raja'u. No, they did not return. Now, raja'u. What type of verb is raja'u? Is it singular, dual, or plural?
Raja'u is plural.
And what is the singular?
Raja. Or Raja.
All fatah. Or Ra, Jeen, Jim, and Ain, all of them should have a fatah. And that's your singular.
Oh.
What should be? Raja.
Ah.
Correct. Raja'a. Raja'a means he returned. Now, I want you to, how would you say I returned?
Rajat.
Raja'tu.
Rajatu.
How do you say we returned?
Raja'na.
Excellent. Excellent. Right. Next one. Ya Ustadu. Kharaja at-tulabu al-jududu wa dhahabu ila al-mudiri. O teacher, the new students exited and they went to the manager. This is going to be for sister who has not had a chance. Who wants to come next on the mic? Anyone?
I can, Sheikh.
Okay. Over here now, can you explain to me kharaja and why is it kharaja and what relationship al-jududu has with at-tullab and why dhahabu is coming? Why cannot I say dhahaba?
here the verb is coming before the subject.
Yep.
So it comes as a singular,
Correct.
even though the students may be many,
Mhm.
they could be multiple.
Yep.
And here, because the
Al-jududu.
Dhahabu ilal mudiri, they
What about
went to
al-jududu?
the
Explain
principal.
al-jududu. What relation al-jududu has with al-tullab?
The new
Sorry, there's too much
Sifa
conversation.
Mawsuf.
Can't understand. Sorry.
Sister, I think Sister Mukarraba, you're in a noisy place, I think.
Sorry.
Okay. If you speak a bit louder, then at least the background sound will at least be disappeared. So, Ya Ustadu, kharaja at-tullabu al-jududu. Oh, teacher, the
Yes.
new students exited. So, al-jududu, what relationship does it have with at-tullabu?
So they are Sifa Mawsuf.
If I'm also correct.
It corresponds in this definite and the Arab
Gender. Mhm.
and the gender and
Irab, as you mentioned.
number.
Yep.
Labul jududu.
And why then dhahabu? Why is it dhahabu? Why can it not be dhahaba?
Wadhahabu ilal mudiri.
Yeah.
So because this is referring to the tulab.
Brilliant.
And it
Tulab
is referring to the multiple number of tulab. It is encasing the tulab inside it, and they went to the principal.
Correct. That's absolutely right. Because the word at-tulab al-jududu are those about whom we are speaking about, and because they have come before the verb, so for this reason, the verb has to correspond accordingly to them. So first of all, kharaja at-tullabu, a singular verb with a plural, which is legitimate. It's correct. But then dhahabu, the at-tullab is not repeated. So because of that, we are speaking about the students who have been mentioned already. So for this reason, the verb has to correspond in the number of students we're talking about. وَذَهَبُوا إِلَى الْمُدِيرِ. Correct. Thank you. Now I'll read the last part of the lesson now. أَفَهِمْتَ الدَّرْسَ يَا طَلْحَةُ. Did you understand the lesson, O Talha? نَعَمْ فَهِمْتُهُ جَيِّدًا. Yes, I understood it very well. أَكَتَبْتَ الْأَجْوِبَةَ يَا فَيْصَلُ. Did you write the answers, O Faisal? La ma katabtuha. So the word al-ajwiba is feminine. The ha is referring back to it. No, I did not write it. It meaning the answers itself. Limadha? لأنني ما فهمت الأسئلة. Surely, because لأنني here means because I did not understand. Ma fahimtu, fahima, yafhamu. Present tense is fahima, yafhamu. Alima, ya'lamu. لأنني ما فهمت الأسئلة. Because I did not understand the questions. المدرس أحفظت سورة الفجر يا إبراهيم. Did you memorize Surah Fajr, O Ibrahim? Naam hafidtuha. Yes, I memorized it. Ha is referring back to Surah Al-Fajr. Wa hafidtu Surah At-Tini aydan. And I memorized Surah Teen also. Is this clear for everyone?
Yes.
Brilliant. Right. Dr. Sister Sadiqa, I want you to ask the question to Dr. Rahim. Number 1.
Aina zahaba tulabul jududu.
الطلاب جدد ذهب إلى المدير.
الطلاب جدد ذهبوا إلى المدير. Excellent. Next question, sister Siddiqa, Dr. Rahim.
Afahima.
أفهم تلهة درس أفهم تلهة درس.
Sister Siddiqa, answer it.
La.
Naam, he did. Look at the text.
Yeah, he did.
Naam.
Fahim. No.
Sorry, I can't. Naham. Fahimtuhu jiddan. Jayyidan.
Now, because now we're talking, now look at this, sisters. Now, because we're talking in the third person, afahima talhatu ad-darsa, you will respond in the third person format. Naam, fahima talhatu ad-darsa. Yeah, so you need to answer in the third person format, because over here, it's talking to the second person. Naam fahimtuhu jayyid. Yes, I understood it properly. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about Talha. So we have to say Naam fahima talhatu.
Yeah.
Darsan jayyidan. Okay. Next two questions will be Sister Homa. Would you be able to ask these questions 3 and 4?
Ayya suratin hafiza Ibrahim.
Yep. Which surah?
Surah hafiza.
Memorized.
Ayya, did you memorize?
No,
Ibrahim?
which surah did Ibrahim memorize?
Ayya suratin hafiza Ibrahim. Which subha?
We have. So it's two
Do I have to
surahs.
answer it?
Surah Fajr and Tin.
Yes, Surah Al-Fajr or Surah Al-Tin.
Tin.
So you say Hafiza.
Hafiza Surah Fajr and Tin.
So Hafiza Ibrahimu Surah Al-Fajri wa
10.
Surah Al-Tini.
Atini.
Repeat again. Naam Hafiza Ibrahimu.
Naam
Hafiza
Ibrahimu Surat al-Fajr wa Tani.
Yeah, Surah Al-Tini.
Fajri.
Yep, Mudhaf ilayh.
Wa Tani.
Surah Al-Tini.
Surat al-Tini.
Excellent. And question number 4. Man fataha.
Man fataha nawafiza.
Excellent. Who opened?
Who opened the window?
Excellent.
Ana.
So no, you will say Fataha. You will say now, you will say the word Fataha, then the name Ali opened the windows.
Hamid, right?
No,
Hamid.
it was Ali.
It was An Fatahatu.
Yeah, so Ana Fatahtuha means I opened it, but you don't want to say that because you want to explain who did the action. So you will say Ali, so it will say the third person verb, Fataha, Aliyun.
Fataha Ali or Hamidun. It's Hamid who opened.
Hamid.
Aliyun.
Ali.
Ali
Anna-
opened.
Yeah, so look over here.
Hamid opened the door.
Yeah, Hamid opened the door. Ali opened the windows. Man fataha an nawafida. Ana fatahtuha. I opened it. Ali opened it.
Okay. Ali Fatatuha.
Ali, no, you will say fataha aliyun
Fataha Aliyun
an nawafida. Excellent. Fataha aliyun an nawafida. Now, if I want to say Fatima opened the windows, how would you say that?
Fatahat
Excellent. Fatahat
Al-Nafiza.
an nawafida. Fatahat Fatimatu
Fatimatu Nafaza.
an nawafida. An nawafida.
Al-Nawafiza.
Correct. Right. Next person, Sister Shabnam Walji. I want you to ask this question to Sister Sharabano. Question number
Right.
1.
Okay, Bismillah. Fataha Aliyun Fasla. Fataha Aliyun Fasla.
Translate that, please.
Did
No, it's a statement.
sorry, Ali opened the classroom.
Is this correct, sister Sharabano?
No. Ali opened the window. So Fataha Aliyun Nawafida.
Fataha Aliyun. La, you say la.
Okay. La.
Fataha Aliyun an-Nawafi.
So if I say la, it means no, he did not open, right?
So la means Fataha Aliyun. Hal. So if you want to make this a question, Hal Fataha Aliyun al-Fasla? La. Fataha Aliyun
Aliyun an-Nawafida.
an-Nawafida. Correct. Sister Shabana, next question.
ما رجع زكريا وحمزة وعثمان من مكة. ما as in
Did
okay.
yeah, not
No,
Usman,
okay.
Hamza and Zakaria did not return from Makkah.
Did not.
Yes.
It's asking it that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Or well, if you were to Englishify, would you say did? Did they return?
No, this is a statement.
Oh,
This
I see.
is not a question, it's a statement.
Right, okay.
Because there's a full stop. So they made a statement, which is an incorrect statement, and you need to say yes or no, is it correct or not?
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, this is correct.
Correct. That's correct. Now, next person, Sister Sadiqa, I want you to read, and Sister Zenith will respond whether it's correct or not.
ما كتب فيصل
الأجوبة
الأجوبة لأنه ما فهم أسئلة.
It's correct.
Faisal did not write the answers because he did not understand
the
question. That is correct.
Yes.
Next one, Sister Sadiqa.
ما كتب فيصل أجوبة لأن قلمه مكسور.
Translation.
How to write.
ما كتب
Faisal did not write
because his pen was broken.
the answers because his pen was broken.
No, it's incorrect.
Correct. That is right. Dr. Rahim, can you read the next exercise, please? Jazakallah, sisters.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Al-Qur'anu qara'at talibud al-Qur'anu.
Translation, Al-Qur'ana.
Al-Qur'anu means the Quran, and the students read the Quran.
Yep.
Recited the Quran. Al-Kahwatu shariba zayfud kahwatu. The coffee, the guests drank the coffee.
Excellent. Shariba al-dhayfu al-kahwata. So dhayf is the fa'il, al-kahwata is the maf'ul bihi. Excellent.
And then the next one is Darsu Katabal Mudarrisu Darsun. The teacher wrote the teacher wrote the lesson.
Correct.
Al-Babu Fatahat Aminatul Al-Babu. The door, the Amina opened the door.
Al-Fatahat Aminatu al-Baba. Excellent. Right.
Talibun Talibun is fa'il here. Talibun is fa'il. Al-Quran is maf'ul bihi.
Excellent. Brilliant. Right. Does everyone have about 5 to 10 minutes more? Does everyone have
Yes.
5 to 10 minutes?
Yes, it's fine
Yes,
for
sure.
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's
yes.
fine. I'm going to go through down the list. I'm going to ask next person to come. Sister Zinat, can you come on the mic, please?
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to do, there's 9 of us. I'm going to get everyone 4 answers because there's quite a bit of exercises. I'm going to give 4 questions to everyone to read. So it says, draw 1 line under the fa'il, 2 lines under the maf'ul bihi, and in the following sentences and vocalize their last letters. So I want you to do, in this exercise, I'm going to ask everyone to do 1 each. And then I'll get the next exercise, I will ask everyone. So Sister Zinat, Bismillah, Kasara.
Kasara tiflul kalami
Al-Kalama.
al-kalama.
Translation?
So tiflu is right.
No, tifl is a child, baby, the child.
So in the lam, which harakat it will come? Tifla.
Fa'il, fa'il.
No, I mean the harakat. The is it
Atiflu.
fatha zuma lu, right?
Yeah, because it's after the verb, it should be a fa'il. Kasara atiflu
Tiflu
al-qalama.
al-kalama. Okay. So kasara tiflu al-kalama. So the maf'ul bihi is the kalama
Yep,
and the file is the tiflu.
correct. Next one, please, Sister Sharabano.
Okay. Gasalat, because it's feminine, Aminatul Mindila.
Correct.
So Mindila will be the maf'ul bihi, Aminatu is the file, and that's why we use Gasalat.
Excellent. Sister MW, Mukarrama Walji.
Akala Osamatu Inaba.
Correct.
So at Osama, the grapes, Osama is the file, Inaba is the maf'ul bih.
Correct.
Wa akalat zawjatuhu al-mawza. So his wife ate bananas. Wife is the fa'il and bananas are the maf'ul bih.
Excellent. Sister Huma Zedi, number 4.
Sharabatil Bakratal Sharabati or Sharabatil Bakratal Al-Ma'a.
Yeah, so Shariba, so you can read it Sharibat or Sharibatil Bakaratu Al-Ma'a.
I drank.
Not I drank, the cow drank.
Okay, Bakara. Okay. The cow drank water.
The cow drank the water. Excellent.
Okay.
Next person, yeah, go ahead.
So it will be Sharabata will be the file.
Fi'l, verb, Sharibat.
Yeah. And Alma will be the bihi, maf'ul
Maf'ul
bihi.
bihi. So Al-Bakaratu is the fa'il. Al-Ma'a is the maf'ul.
Bihi.
Correct. Correct. Sister Butul Manji, number 5.
Okay. Hafiza Hamza al-Quran. So
Who's the fa'il and who's the maf'ul bihi?
Maf'ul bihi.
Yeah.
And Hafiza is the
Verb.
verb.
Correct.
Do it. Yeah.
No, fa'il. So Hamzatu is the fa'il. Hafida is the verb.
Hafiza is the verb. So 1 line for Hafiza and 2 lines for
Yep.
Quran.
Ahsanti. Dr. Mustafa, number 6.
Sorry, Molana, is it Qur'anu?
Al-Qur'ana, maf'ul bihi, fatha.
Fatha.
Dr. Rahim?
Assalamu alaikum. Now, Zarabat Fatimatu bintuha.
Bintaha.
Fatima hit her child. Now
Her daughter.
here, maf'ul bihi is a child, and Fatima is the
So
file.
Doctor, Bintaha is her daughter. Doctor, Bintaha is her daughter, not her child. Her daughter.
Her child, her daughter. Her daughter is.
So who? Correct. Sister Shabnam, number 7.
Molana, can you repeat number 6, please? Which is the file?
Fatimatu is the fa'il. Bintaha is the maf'ul bihi.
Okay.
Sister Shabnam, number 7.
Okay. قتل رجل حية بالحجر.
The man killed the snake
بالحجر, with a stone.
correct.
So قتل is the verb, رجل is the fa'il, and the مفعول به is the snake.
Correct.
Yeah, thank you.
Who has not had a chance? Sister Sharabano, have you had a chance?
Sheikh, can I ask a question?
I did one, yes.
Okay. Yes, Sister
Sheikh,
Mukarrama, have
can
you
I
had a
ask a
chance?
question?
Yeah, go ahead.
بالحجر will be the second مفعول
No,
به.
it will be Jara Majroor. We translate as Jara Majroor, that's it. Because
Okay,
Ba is
thank
coming
you.
there, we just translate a Jar and Majroor.
Mm.
Who has not had a chance yet?
Can I do one?
Yes, Sister Siddiqa, bismillah. Number 8.
Sami'a Bilalun azana wa zahaba ilal masjidi.
Excellent. Bilal heard.
Bilal heard the azan in the mosque,
And وَذَهَبَ, and he went.
and he went to the mosque.
Okay, correct. So where is the fa'il in Sami'a Bilal al-Adhana?
Zahaba is the fa'il.
No, Sami'a Bilalun. Bilal
Bilal.
heard. What did he hear?
He heard the azan.
Azan.
Exactly. So who is it doing the action of hearing?
It's
Bilal.
Bilal.
Exactly. So
Bilal
he is the
fa'il.
fa'il.
Yeah,
Correct.
he's the fa'il, and
Al-Adhan
Zahaba
is the
the maf'ul bihi.
excellent. And Dhahaba is referring back to Bilal. He went to the
Mosque.
excellent. Excellent.
So, sir,
Yes.
we will be one line with Samea and one line with Dahaba.
Yeah. So what? Draw one line under fa'il and 2 lines. So
And Bilal and Masjida, two
no,
lines.
no. Al-Masjid is
No.
Jara Majroor. There's nothing there.
Okay. So only Bilal.
Yeah, only Bilal, and Bilal 1 line, Adhan 2 lines.
Oh, Azan.
And Zahaba one line.
Yeah, no, there's no answer. It's not asking anything about verbs.
So
Can I ask a question, please?
Adana, 2 lines.
Al-Adhana 2 lines. Yes, Dr. Rahim.
Was Zahaba ila al-masjid? Chris, was Zahabu ila al-masjid?
No,
Because he
Zahaba.
is Bilal.
Yeah, it's one person. Yeah, it's one person. So Zahaba.
Zahaba, so it's one person, I see. Just one person.
Okay, Sister Homa, can you come on mic? Number 9.
Kitab al-Mudarrisi.
Kataba.
Kataba al-Mudarrisi.
Mudarrisu is a fa'il.
Mudarrisu al-Darsa.
Excellent. Kataba al-Mudarrisu ad-darsa
al-Subura.
al-Subura, correct?
Yes, al-Mudarrisu ad-Darsa. Kataba is the verb. Al-Mudarrisu is the file.
Excellent.
And ad-Darsu is maf'ul bihi.
Excellent. Darsa is maf'ul bihi. Al-Saburati on the whiteboard.
And alal, that's on this is again mudaf, jar and majrur.
Jara Majroor. Excellent. Next
So
person.
Mudarras is what? Al-Darasa is what?
Darsa is maf'ul bihi.
Maf'ul bihi. Okay. Object.
Yes, object.
Can I try, Molana?
Yes, Sister Zenith, go ahead. Number 10.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fatahal bakalu dukana fisa'ati thaminati. So fatahal bakalu dukana. So the bakalu is the file, and the dukanu is the maf'ul bih. And fisa'ati thaminati is the jar majrur.
Excellent. The shopkeeper opened the shop 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right. Alhamdulillah, that's good. Can we do the rest, or 1 to 5, 10? I think it's a bit too long. I think it'll be too, I don't know. I'm happy to do it, finish it off, but I think you'll be tired, everyone.
Yeah, I don't think it'll sink in.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to leave it up to exercise 5. And then from exercise 5 and 6, and 6, 8, and the 9, I'll do next lesson, and 11. And then inshallah, we'll start lesson number 6 next week, inshallah. So inshallah, thank you ever so much. Inshallah, I hope things are sinking in and having a better understanding now. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil.
Alhamdulillah.
Next week, Sheikh, we are starting the new lesson, or we are continuing this?
I need to finish this lesson off because I've started the lesson. I'm going to continue this. And the analytical text reading, I will continue that, but I want to finish some of this book off, and then I'll continue that again, because I want you to give you this practice of reading from the Medina Arabic, and then I'll go back to the text reading as well, inshallah, again. Okay?
Inshallah. Thank you.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Allahumma salli ala
Jazakallah.
wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.